Let's dive into one of the biggest ideas in all of science fiction, something cooked up by the legendary Isaac Asimov. We're talking about the origin story of psychohistory, all laid out in Prelude to Foundation. So, let's just start with the one question that kicks this whole epic saga off. Picture this, a galactic empire spanning 25 million worlds. A civilization so huge, so powerful, it seems like it'll last forever. But what if one guy, just a mathematician, with a theory, could prove it was all about to come crashing down? Yeah, that's the bombshell we're dealing with here. And this incredible idea, it has a name, psychohistory. Now, this isn't about predicting what you or I are going to have for lunch tomorrow. No, this is about forecasting the huge, sweeping movements of humanity. We're talking wars, societal collapses, golden ages, all with the same kind of cold, hard certainty that a physicist has when predicting the behavior of a gas. It's a tool of almost unimaginable power. But what starts out as this brilliant, purely academic theory very quickly becomes something dangerous. For the guy who came up with it, a simple calculation is about to turn into a death sentence. Okay, so at the center of this whole storm, you've really got three main figures. First, there's Hari Seldon, the brilliant mathematician who honestly just thought he was solving a fun little problem. Then you have Emperor Cleon I, who looks at this theory and doesn't see an idea, he sees the ultimate weapon. And lurking in the shadows is his mysterious chief of staff, Demerzel, the guy who's really pulling all the strings.
So Seldon gets dragged in front of the Emperor, and he's basically saying, whoa, hold on a second. He insists psychohistory's just a thought experiment. It's a fun, intellectual exercise, but in the real world, it's completely impractical. To him, it's all just a game played with numbers. The Emperor, though, he sees it very, very differently. He starts to get paranoid. I mean, if Seldon won't build this weapon for him, who's he going to build it for? An enemy? A rival who wants the throne? All of a sudden, psychohistory isn't a theory anymore, it's a threat. And if the Emperor can't control it, well, he's got to destroy it. And just like that, Seldon's abstract math becomes an act of treason. He is now officially the most wanted man in the galaxy, and he's got to run for his life. Then, out of literally nowhere, this mysterious journalist named Hummin shows up and offers him a way out, an escape into the sprawling, endless city planet of Trantor. So the chase is on, but this isn't just a man running for his life. It turns into this incredible journey deep into the decaying heart of the very empire he's just been accused of trying to destroy. With this guy Hummin as his guide, Seldon gets led through all these different sectors of Trantor, and each one is like its own little world. He goes from the ivory tower of Streeling University to the super rigid traditionalist culture of Myjanan. From there, he dives down into the industrial grit of Dal, and finally, he winds up in the politically charged Y sector. And what Seldon starts to see is that the official story of Trantor, the eternal world, the stable center of the galaxy, is a total lie. The legend is all about unity and strength, but the reality he sees with his own eyes, its decay, its division, its simmering social tension. The planet-wide city is really just a fragile collection of warring tribes. And it becomes pretty clear this isn't a random escape at all. Every single sector Seldon visits is like a new data point for his theory. Hummin is deliberately pushing him, making him see the cracks in the system up close and personal. Seldon's abstract math is suddenly becoming a real diagnosis for a living, dying civilization. As Seldon digs deeper into these little subcultures, he finds something truly startling. It turns out the key to predicting the future isn't in the present at all. It's buried in these conflicting, ancient stories about the distant past. In the Mycochan sector, Seldon finds this society that's totally obsessed with its own purity. They believe they came from some paradise world called Aurora, and that their ancestors actually created metal beings they call robots. They keep to themselves, totally convinced they're superior to all the other tribesmen in the galaxy. But then, deep in the industrial Dal sector, he finds a story that's the complete opposite. Here, the downtrodden workers have their own folklore. They believe humanity actually came from a lost world called Earth, and their legends tell of a heroic robot who helped humanity fight its enemies. So look at this. The conflict is just stark. You've got two different homeworlds, two totally opposite views on robots, two entire narratives of history. One's about superiority, the other is about survival. I mean, they can't both be true, right? So which one is it? And this is Seldon's light bulb moment. He realizes it doesn't even matter which legend is true. What matters is the tension, the friction created by these competing beliefs. That social pressure between cultures. That is something you can actually measure. The Empire isn't one solid thing. It's a complex system of competing forces, and any system can be predicted. So, Seldon has finally done it. He's found the key to making psychohistory practical. But just as he solves one massive puzzle, an even bigger one drops into his lap. Who exactly is the man who's been guiding him this whole time? I mean, think about it. This journalist, Hummin, who always seemed to know exactly where to go, who kept pushing Seldon to look deeper, who pretty much orchestrated this whole journey. Who is he, really?
And for that matter, who is the Emperor's shadowy right-hand man, Demerzel? The guy who was supposedly hunting Seldon down, the whole reason he was running for his life in the first place? The helper and the hunter are the exact same person. The man guiding Seldon and the man threatening him were one and the same all along.
But that bombshell of a revelation just opens the door to the final, absolutely mind-bending question. If he's both of them, then who, or maybe what, is he really?
And the answer connects everything. He is Daneel, the heroic robot from the Dalite legends. A 20,000-year-old robot who looks perfectly human, who has been secretly guiding civilization for millennia. He's bound by the ultimate robotic law, protect humanity as a whole, even if it means protecting humanity from itself. He is the secret guardian, working from the deepest shadows of the Empire.
And suddenly, his whole plan becomes crystal clear. The entire chase, the danger, all of it. It was a masterful setup. Daneel knew the Empire was doomed, but his robotic laws stopped him from just stepping in and fixing things. He couldn't save humanity himself. He needed a human to do it. He needed Hari Seldon to stop thinking of psychohistory as an academic game and start believing it was humanity's only path to salvation.
Which leaves us with this one last, absolutely staggering thought. This whole story is about a man who figures out how to predict the future. But the ultimate twist is that his entire journey, his great discovery, was masterminded by a being from humanity's own mythical past. So, was Hari Seldon really predicting the future, or was he just fulfilling a plan that was set in motion 20,000 years ago?